Hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. How you doing? Where I am going to take the brunt of the attacks. That's right, the attacks from the mean Europeans, you guys, on the internet. The mean things you guys are doing and saying on the internet toward Americans. I'm going to confront it today. I mean, you're really not saying mean things necessarily. Well, I'm sure you are in the comments, but you're just screenshotting stupid stuff that Americans are saying and then posting it. That's mean. So I'm here to defend us. Let's see, top post this week. Where was Canada in World War I and World War II? Yeah, where were they? On the battle lines? Psh. Where was Canada in World War I and World War II? That's right. We did all the fighting. American flag, American flag, American flag. Strange question. Canadians were fighting in World War I. Yeah, I mean, they were literally part of the British Empire during World War I. So they were like fighting from day one, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what the hell kind of comment this is. All right, I mean, I came into this trying to defend the Americans, but that's hard to do. When you find the stupidest things Americans say, it's really hard to defend, especially lately. Man, there's been plenty of content for this subreddit lately, I feel like. Even from the president of the United States himself. Anyway, let's just pull up the facts here. All right, World War I. Almost half as many deaths out of Canada compared to USA, despite Canada having like 50 times smaller population. I don't know. At that time, I'm pretty sure it was way, way smaller. And despite that, they have almost half as many deaths. So there you go. Huge contribution from Canada in World War I. And World War II, similar type of deal. A massive contribution from Canada. And I'm pretty sure they were involved way, way before we were. So there you go. That's the answer to the question. They were on the front lines, dying. This is what a cup of water is supposed to look like. What is this? What is this? America's returning home from Europe. Hold on.
Feels good to be back. Oh, it's so nice to see a normal plug.
Oh, a drinking fountain. Oh, have I missed you?
You guys don't have water fountains?
Ah, freedom.
That's freedom right there.
USA, USA.
Especially now that you can use them no matter what race you are. That's good.
Oh, have I missed you? Oh, thank you so.
Wait, I'm a little confused. Why is he turning the heat down so low? Is that like a Celsius joke? I genuinely am a bit confused.
Oh, thank you so. I didn't even have to ask for ice. This is great. This is what a cup of water is supposed to look like. Now that I pledge allegiance to the flag. Oh, this feels right. This is what it's supposed to be. This is like, I miss this. I miss.
Oh, because the bottles with the connected cap. Okay.
I missed you.
So what's the point in this post? Are they quoted, "This is what a cup of water is supposed to look like." I don't think this was like offensive. I don't know. You tell me. Am I wrong? I think he was just having fun. He was just being like kind of silly. See, I know when I like give things a pass, sometimes it makes people mad, but it is what it is. Like, I'm giving this one a pass. This one wasn't bad. You can't arrest somebody without their consent in Europe. What does that even mean? How would you... What? Is it even an arrest if they give their consent? I guess so. Donald Trump has been told by Greenland and Denmark that his officials are not welcome in Greenland. But J.D. Vance is going to go anyway. Should Greenland do the funniest thing and arrest J.D. Vance? Oh, shit. That would have been crazy. How would that go down? Vance isn't afraid to say no. And you can't arrest somebody without their consent in Europe. Where did you read that? Who? That's just stupid. It's just flat out stupid. I don't even know what to say about this one. This is weird. Like, I've never heard this notion. This guy's just like woefully uninformed. You can't be arrested without consent. That would be really convenient for the criminals, I guess. I mean, if they consent to it, then why even arrest them at that point? Just tell them, hey, go down to the police precinct. What's even the point in the handcuffs? Like, niche dialects like British English, missing key information of where you would like to use this. Yeah, most native English speakers use American English, but niche dialects like British English are they're common in certain places. Yeah, like Britain. This is an absolutely wild way to refer to the place the language originated from. It's like, yeah, Italian pizza's pretty niche unless, you know, you're in certain regions. Is this legal? In a thread about Canadian stores close to the U.S. border refusing U.S. dollars in protest. Is this legal? I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't be illegal. I actually had no idea that any Canadian stores accepted the U.S. dollar. Like, obviously, I know there's ways you can pay in U.S. dollars, like through a credit card, and it essentially converts it to Canadian dollars, like on the spot. But yeah, why would a Canadian store have to accept the U.S. dollar? Are you stupid? I mean, I don't see how that's any different than being like, oh, you know, this store in Paris does not accept the U.S. dollar. Is that legal? Can they do that? What do you mean? It's not the United States. It's not their currency. Why would it be illegal? These are weird today. These ones are weird. All right. Europe doesn't even have gasoline and electricity right now. Oh, they don't? That's amazing. Wow. This is legitimately my headcanon for Fallout. Europe's recovered and just confused about America. Europe doesn't even have gasoline or electricity right now. You'd think this would be headline news. I mean, I can't believe I didn't know that. Europe doesn't have any energy right now, and yet, you know, so they're in turmoil. They're offline. They have no way of traveling long distance, and yet I didn't even know that. How are you guys watching this without internet? Literally all the medicine those countries use is developed here. Healthcare spending per capita. Yeah, the U.S. spends way more per capita, and this guy says, literally all the medicine those countries use is developed here. You're welcome. I mean, I don't know why he had to say literally all. Obviously, a huge amount of medicine is developed here in America because there's a huge profit incentive, but not literally all of it. If every restaurant paid their servers full wages instead of them relying on tips, the only places open would be fast food places. What does that mean? All right, so this is like a comment on a post about a tip. Those are ridiculous suggestions. 100% tip. Even for them just suggesting this, I'd be hitting custom 0. Maybe. I don't know. This tipping culture has gone mad. Employers should pay their employees' salary, not the customers. You know, I actually have a pretty complicated view on this subject. I totally agree the tipping culture is way out of hand here in America. It's gone off the deep end. It's outrageous, the culture, what it's turned into. Like, you'll be handed an iPad at, like, you'll get an oil change and they'll hand you an iPad and be like, it's going to ask you some questions, you know, like, how did I do today? You know, if I did really good, that's a 25% tip. That's what it'll say. Like a tip for something stupid like that or anything. One time they did it when we were going into a bar and we had to pay a $10 cover charge to get into the bar. You swiped your card and it asked for a tip. Like, are you shitting me? So I totally agree with that. That's insane. But I'll tell you this right now. The servers here in America do not want their employers paying their salary. Servers make bank here in America off tips. So, I mean, if you're saying this, then you got to understand the servers do not agree. The servers do not agree. Of course, that does depend on, you know, if you're serving at Denny's, you're not going to make that much money. If you're serving at like a more high-end restaurant, you can make a lot of money. But serving is one of the only jobs that is like, you know, like you can get the job with no educational background and make a decent amount of money. And you already know if the boss was setting the wage, it wouldn't be that way. Like, he would not, it would probably go down to like $15 an hour or something. Now, on to this dude's actual point. If every restaurant paid their servers full wages instead of them relying on tips, the only places open would be fast food places. I just don't get what that doesn't make any sense. Because whether like the customer, whether I'm paying the money as a tip or whether I'm paying more for the food because the servers now have to make their salary from the revenue from the food, it's all the same difference to me, Like a burger costs $11 right now. If it costs $13, but I no longer have to tip, that's the same thing. So that would not make the place go out of business. And also, there's actually this place called The Rest of the World who does it this way, and they still have plenty of restaurants that are in business. So we don't have to like theorize about whether or not this would put all the restaurants out of business. It wouldn't. Unfortunately, Europeans get mainly CNN as their main news source. Why would they watch CNN as their main news source? You think they watch an American news channel as their main news source in Europe? God, oh my God, you really live in a bubble. Like that epitomizes that American-centric, center of the world idea. Is there any difference between this title? All I did was read this title. Is there any difference here? Unfortunately, Europeans get mainly CNN as their main news source, so they get the lies spewing from that channel. The only one spewing lies right now is you, dude. I just found out other countries are being told to avoid the U.S. at all costs, to not travel here at all. Okay, I mean, maybe a mild exaggeration. They're being given pretty stern travel advisories now, like out of Germany and stuff, because we've been detaining people at the border for like the most absurd, ridiculous reasons you can pull out of your butt. That's true. And being given out pamphlets about war because of America. Okay. The entire world wants to move here. It can't be that bad. The entire world hates us right now. I don't know if you heard. No, I mean, like, the truth about this is, this is going to blow some people's minds, including this guy's mind. But there's nuance to this. You see, there are some countries in the world that are very, very poor and non-prosperous, and a lot of those people, and they're controlled by tyrants and are riddled with crime. A lot of those people would want to move pretty much anywhere. That's the truth. Like, they want to move to pretty much any Western country, including America. But then, as far as other Western countries, I don't think a whole lot of those people are trying to move to America right now, or like other Asian countries, prosperous countries. I don't think there's a whole lot of people trying to move here right now. Oh my God, I can't do it. I can't do it anymore, guys. That's it. That's it. You see, it happened. At the beginning of the video, I'm smiling. I'm happy. At the end, I'm like, depressed. But, once I regain my joy, that light inside of me, I'll react to some more. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.